to me and said, what's your testimony? Are you trying to get in my business? No, I'm just kidding. Trying to get in my business. So I'm just kidding. But so yeah, until I get some more guest requests, I guess I'll share mine. So my testimony, it's so hard, like when I hear that question, to figure out where to start. I guess my testimony starts with, I was raised in church. I knew God growing up. My mom always brought us to church every Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. Like, I was always in church, right? But I didn't know God. Like, I knew him, but I didn't know him, if that makes sense. So I only knew him because of religion. I didn't know him because of relationship. I didn't start to hear God clearly until I was 14 years old. And God spoke to me through a pastor, which is my pastor now. He spoke to me. I was sitting in the pews or whatever, and the pastor was giving people words and giving people testimonies and stuff like that, prophesying over them. And he was giving them all these great words, and this is gonna happen, this is blah 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 blah. So I'm sitting there, my little 14-year-old self, I was sitting there, and I was just like, well, he don't got nothing to say to me. Like, I was like, well, he's not gonna call on me. Like, he's not gonna say anything to me. Man, as quick as I opened my mouth to say that, he looked at me and was like, I'm like, who? I turned around, I'm like, who? And he went like this again, come here. And I was like, all right. So I got up, I got in front of him, and he looked at me dead in my face, and he said, let go of all the hatred that you have in your heart towards your parents. And I broke down and I started crying. And it was crazy because I didn't even know that I had hatred in my heart for my parents, because I didn't have an easy childhood. It wasn't smooth sailing. Everything wasn't always good. I bounced around a lot. I moved around a lot. I was never stable. And I never realized, like, obviously I love my parents, right? But I never realized that I had hatred in my heart towards them for the things that I've dealt with, because I never dwelled on it, if that made sense. But God, who sees all and God who knows all, saw the things that I didn't even see within myself and said, let that go. Because if he didn't tell me that, I would have kept carrying it and kept carrying it year after year after year, and I would have been a grown adult still blaming my parents, still blaming my past on the things that I've dealt with, as to why I'm angry, as to why I'm bitter, as to why I can't excel in life and stuff like that. So God nipped it in the bud when it was just a little seed, and he destroyed it. And I broke down and I started crying, and it was just a beautiful moment. And at that point I was just like, all right, God, like, now I know you, like, like, oh, you real, like.